Namaste, Vanakkam, Swaghatham everyone, and welcoming you all to yet another day of our Navaratri 2021 celebrating Ammaji, the Divine Mother. So I'm so happy to see all of you here joining in at the right time, at the right place, and we are going to have yet another wonderful evening tonight. So before we get started and go into tonight's evening's schedule and program, let's invoke Lakshmi Devi through her Gayatri mantra and the Guru Parampara through the Guru Gayatri. So please join along with me. Om Varalakshmi cha vidmahe Vishnu patni cha dhimahi Tanno Lakshmi prachodayate. Om Om Tatparampariyaya vidmahe Jnanalingeshwaraya dhimahi Tanno Guruः prachodayate. Om Yogamarishi Dr. Swami Gitananda Guru Maharaj ki Jai. Welcoming you all again to this wonderful evening ahead of us. And let's start with the theme as we are doing always and will do always.
Om Jai 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 Ammaji ke Avagara
Ammaji, Ammaji, beloved Ammaji, 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 most loving Ammaji. We all love you, Ammaji, we love you, Ammaji. We all love you, Ammaji, we love you, Ammaji. Bestest Ammaji, bestest Ammaji. Loving divine Ammaji. Ammaji, most loving Ammaji, most divine Ammaji. Ammaji, Ammaji, beloved Ammaji. Ammaji, Ammaji, most loving Ammaji, most divine Ammaji, most loving Ammaji, most divine Ammaji, most loving Ammaji.
Jai Jai Ammaji ke Avagara.
So after our lovely theme, we are going to go into the next part of this evening. And let's begin with Dr. Sir's welcome note. And then we'll go into the next part of the evening, which is the musical session coming up.
Namaste, Vanakkam, Swaghatham, bonjour, buongiorno, buonasera, huya, more, boredha, kiyo, ora, salamat pagi, ayu, bovan, ayushman, bhava. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yet another magnificent evening with an opportunity for us to share our love for Ammaji. And today we have a beautiful evening ahead where we begin with beautiful singing by a mother-daughter team. And both of them, Vanathy ma'am and Nikshitha, studying with us at Yoganjali through the online music sessions led by Divya Priya and Devasena. And then you're going to have a wonderful team up of Tejaswi and Shirley. Both of them who were members of Team 51, the last team that was taught directly by Amma till date. And Shirley stayed over during the COVID pandemic and has been, I believe, the longest inmate of Ananda Ashram in the past, at least to my knowledge. So that's 30, 40 years with 2 full years of being here. And Tejasvi also has spent, I think, most of her last 2 years in the ashram. So we have a magnificent evening. Join us as we go in this beautiful tribute to the living Siddha of Puducherry, our beloved Ammaji. Dhanyavada.
Thank you so much, Dr. Sir, for the welcome note. And yes, we are going to go into a musical session. And this one is going to be special because we have a mother and daughter singing together. They are none other than our dearest Vanathy ma'am and dearest Nikshitha. So both of them are going to sing the Ashtalakshmi Stotram for us. And they're going to dedicate it to Goddess Lakshmi, Shakti. So let's welcome her wholeheartedly tonight.
Ramaye
wasn't that a lovely treat? I really enjoyed it. And I must accept one fact that initially they were planning for something else because I taken like a week before, like we started the Navaratri series, that I informed all of them that, those who are willing, they are most welcome to sing. And I had made it pretty much compulsory. Not everyone has participated, but almost. We've got to almost 85 to 90% of the people from our music class in this series. And they had planned for something else, but then I told them you have to sing something for Lakshmi. So then within 2-3 days, they said okay, and they sent me this recording, and I really appreciate that, they are able to put in this effort, and they accepted and they went over. And we'll be seeing little cute Nikshitha again on the other days in the upcoming days because she has a different role, but both of them wanted to sing this together. So I felt that this was the best way. So I'll hand over to Dr. Sir. Maybe he wants to speak a few words before we invite our two people into our to start their interaction discussion today.
I think it was wonderful. And I think this is something that Swamiji and Ammaji are so proud of, because we always wanted families involved, not just the individuals. That we wanted that the culture of yoga, the Rishi culture, should involve the whole family. So when we see the families getting involved, the mother, daughter, father, son, father, daughter, husband, wife, when we see these teams, it's always very gratifying for us. So congratulations to Mrs. Vanathy and Nikshitha on that beautiful performance. And I am awaiting the wonderful discussion between Shirley and Tejaswi. So let's go over to them.
Thank you so much, Dr. Sir. And yes, congratulations from us, from everyone, dear Vanathy ma'am and Nikshitha, for a wonderful presentation. And now it's time to welcome our two great, wonderful people here who have been in the ashram for a long time and eventually became a family with all of us. And they are part of our family. And especially the three dogs at the ashram, love them, both of them. So here in front of us, we have our dear Shirley and Tejaswi. Well, if I'm used to calling them like that, but if I should invite them officially, Yogasadhaki Tejaswi and Yogasadhaki Shirley, welcoming both of you to Navaratri 2021. And now the stage is over to both of you. And we are looking forward, because we know that you both are a wonderful duo, a wonderful pair, and looking forward to it. Over to both of you.
Okay, I'll go first. First of all, Nikshitha and Vanathy, this is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful performances. So divine. I mean, Nikshitha is always a delight to watch. So that was superb. Happy Navaratri to everybody. And thank you, Dr. Sir and Divya and Ammaji, for giving us this opportunity to share our little heartfelt bit about Ammaji. Officially introducing myself, I'm Tejaswi or Uma Kumar, part of Team 51. My first interaction with Ammaji was in August 2019, to be specific, 24th August 2019. I wrote to Dr.Ananda expressing my desire to do the yoga teacher's training course. And he said, it is up to Ammaji to decide. And I think he was a little skeptical, if I remember. But and Ammaji, there were a few back and forth. And on 26th, just 2 days from then, I got a message saying acceptance from Ammaji, subject to the condition that I send a spiritual autobiography and then start going through the step-by-step correspondence course, because that would give some detail, some insight into what we would be doing in the 6 months. Though I don't think the step-by-step gives any insight into what we go through, what we have to go through in that 6 months. This acceptance from Amma was certainly a turning point in my life. And my first step towards transforming myself onto the spiritual path. I sometimes feel it's a rebirth. I sent in the answers first for the first 4 lessons on 18th September, and 20th September, I got a reply from Amma saying, Divine Uma, Namaste. I have received the autobiography lesson. I'm very happy to witness your efficiency. You have been through many tests, but with intelligence and discipline, you have found your way through all the underbrush or subconscious to the path of yoga. Team 51 comes together. It is a small core team which will be enlarged now and then with seniors who have been through the 6 months course training. Just hold on tight. The engines of the roller coaster are warming up and raring to go. The promptness and communication was one of the first things that struck me about Ammaji. The promptness and the attention to detail. And I've experienced that time and again after that, both with Ammaji and now Dr.Ananda and Divya. During the 6 months, I stayed the ashram, watching Amma, her discipline, it was like she had her hands in everything. It was like one of those babies who has multiple hands, whether it was instructing the servants, whether it was making sure that the students were taken care of, whether, everything. During the first 6 months, our interaction was either in the evening during the satsanga or when she was going in and out to Pondicherry or every evening to get the supplies and of course her cake and coffee. The other interaction was on Sunday at the Madam. And during these interactions, it struck me that how much she knew each of us. Like she really had the ears on the ground. She had all our pulses in her hand, literally, even with this limited interaction. And like not only the asana and pranayam class, but also she knew how much we ate, who ate, what who liked, our behavior, all our our quirks. That's the closeness with which she watched us. As Dr. Sir says, her little eaglets. Each student is one of her children. I once joked with her saying she had this little X-ray machine with which she could scan us. But saying that, I was never afraid of being scanned. Because if she found my flaws, I knew that I would only benefit from it because she would put me on the right path. I don't think I ever heard raise her voice with any of the students to admonish us, but she would give us the rap on the knuckle when it was needed. I must be one of the rare few who is thankful for the pandemic because it gave me an opportunity to stay for 2 extra, I call it bonus months at the ashram, where I got an opportunity to see at another side of Amma. Every morning when we went to meet her, it was, we literally could witness her multitasking, checking what work they have completed, the servants, making a special salad dressing. So we got a privy into that. Checking on Divya and Anandraj, waking them up, making sure they had their breakfast, following up on their studies, telling us what she wanted to be done, replying to emails, getting articles for the next Yoga Life ready. I mean, I think she had her fingers in all the pies. And her childlike enthusiasm when she would ask Kalai to make something new, and she would ask us, how did you like that? We made something new. I went and bought this. And, there was so much of, that exuberance and enthusiasm that came in from her in little things like food. When she used to get these plants for the ashram, she used to just stand there and watch them, and she used to be so happy. Her concern, if any of us was not doing mentally and physically was amazing. She knew I was very concerned about my daughter. Every time we met, her first question would be, how's your daughter? And when I went back in November 2020, that was the first question she asked me, how's your daughter? After she had her, after she fell sick, the first question she asked me, and invariably every time that would be the first question because she knew that was working on my mind. The last couple of visits, I've had the good fortune to sit next to Ammaji and do my daily chanting. And every day at the end, she would say, wow. Her internal clock is something all of you must have heard of. But one of the things that really amazed me was that if I rushed through my chanting any day because I wanted to go sneak out for a lunch or something like that, she would say, you didn't do the complete chanting today. So she knew the length of the chanting I would do. She's a proliferous writer. I give unconditionally, but once in a way I question whether I'm taken for granted. On one such occasion, I picked up Ammaji's little book of poems, and lo and behold, landed on the book, on the page of a poem on Karma Yoga. I'd like to share that with you. O soul, content thyself to be the wind, carrying the seed to the distant place, that future generations with an unseen face, in bliss may rest, cool and blessed. From the hot sun freed, without a care, without heat, to the soothing shade, with nary a thought, how it came to be made, nor who caused it, nor why, nor where. Still, the breeze-laden air refreshes them all the same. Even the wise would pause to praise only the tree, not he who did the linking deed, not he who carried the seed. Mind not, like the benevolent wind, unseen, unsung, O soul, let thy work be done, swift and silently. And this reminded me of the shloka from Bhagavad Gita, Karmanye vadhikarasya ma kalesha spadachala, which is like focus on your actions without any expectations, not on the results, because the results are not as per your expectation. Pain is unavoidable. And this book that I brought back with me has given me a lot of those insight. The books of poem by Amma. I am and will be eternally grateful to Ammaji for giving me this family and the cocoon of the ashram. I have had many teachers, but the feeling that I found my guru happened only after I met her and Dr. Ananda. The genuinity with which they care, I remember Dr. Ananda sending me a message coming home, come home. And I was really very, very bad that time. So I think they know across, that feeling that I have a home is, I cannot explain that. So, have I completely transformed? No. Even after the course, even now, I make mistakes. I have stumbled, fallen, but Ammaji and Dr. Ananda have given me the tools to pick myself up again and again. I'm so fortunate that I have the cocoon of the ashram, that I know I can always crawl into it and recover and stand up on my feet again. My home, my room number 8. And I know I'll be welcome there without any judgment, as doctor says, unconditionally. Yeah, I know. And that hug is enough. That hug is enough, Dr. Sir. Ammaji and Dr. Sir gave me the name Tejaswi. As Dr. said, not because I'm already there, because I have the potential. And I know that they'll be there to guide me into picking myself up and standing tall. Another blessing I got during COVID-19 was my co-student, Shirley. I've had the opportunity to spend a lot of time with her and learn so much from her. She's just been there, like very quiet. I'm like this loud, blah, 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 but she's there. She's just there, like a rock solid. A wonderful human being and a friend. I love her dearly. The interaction that I saw between her and Ammaji in the last few months, the silent interaction, was amazing. And I hand over to her to share her thoughts. Shirley, I love you.
I love you too, Tejaswi.
I love you, Dr. Sir and Divya. And Ammaji.
Thank you, Tejaswi. Yeah, now I have to get through this without stumbling multiple times, because I don't say much, but when I do, I often get kind of emotional. So I'm just going to start with the way, I'll start sort of at the beginning, the way I first met Amma. And she wrote to me and said, you seem to have dropped into the ashram from nowhere. And it was a funny comment to me, because I actually knew about the ashram since I had met Kalavati in 2005. And in fact, it had taken me 14 years to get there. So I didn't feel like I dropped in. I felt like I was kind of a latecomer. and that I had known a lot for a very long time, and just was quiet about it. But one of the most important things for me was the way Amma instantly recognized that I had some dark things that kind of were going on, and that I'm just going to talk about. I hope this is all right with everybody, but I'm just going to talk a little bit about something that I wrote once about the divine feminine, because sometimes women who have had some difficult experiences in early life that includes violence, perpetrated male to female violence, that it can affect your spirituality. And I wrote a big paper about that once, and I just wanted to read this a little section of it to give us a sense of the divine feminine and how important it is across different cultures and in the context sometimes of trauma. And let's see how this goes. The women's dark night may be more relational in nature. It can tend to occur when we have feelings of separation and relationship problems. It's not just about relationship to self and to others, but it includes our relationship to the indwelling divine. And the indwelling divine is kind of a personal and effortless knowing that speaks to us through natural state of intuition and feelings and dreams and synchronicities. So in Jewish mysticism, this is known and described as a circular model of spirituality. They call it Sarah's circle. And this in contrast then to what they call Jacob's ladder, which is a more a spiritual experience that proceeds step by step, according to precepts and practices that are well worked out. So that one is, Jacob's ladder is a bit of a model based on works, and then Sarah's circle is a model based on grace. And in Sarah's circle, you don't have to be holy and healed to experience divine guidance. In fact, guidance often comes from a result of pain and problems. And when you put those two together, the ladder and the circle, you understand that God is both immanent and transcendent. The universe is not a linear place. It's a non-linear place where everything is related and interdependent. And where the ladder and the circle are valuable models for both of us. And when you've grounded yourself in Sarah's circle, you understand that the mundane is as important as the magnificent. It's not just a hero's journey to a distant land. It's also finding our center in a God who is present in the homely practices of day-to-day life, where spirituality is grounded in nature and the body. And these are the kind of feminine experiences that a lot of women want. They want religion and God and rituals and incantations and prayers that relate to the body, to birth and death, to the earth and to the seasons. So I read that little piece because Amma, I think I previously referred to as a 360 kind of person, because she is so grounded, I think, in the divine feminine. And she has been just a shining example of that to me, about how she can sit very comfortably with and pay attention to and know the true importance of the second by second everything from, you know, the blooming flower and to the insect that shows up or whatever animals run around the ashram to, you know, what's going on with the grandchildren. And I just wanted to say that I just wanted to define a little bit more about, you know, what the divine feminine has meant to me, and also how Amma is just such a shining example of that for me. And I bring up this aspect of it as well because she was there for me, you know, when we did the deeper practices like Ekadasi, you know, across the 11 days. She was very encouraging of me to really just, you know, to dig deep and to discuss anything that came up. And she made time to see me individually. And when some deep, you know, some darker stuff came up, you know, she was right there to talk about it. She doesn't shy away. And that's super important, you know, to somebody with my background. And she does the right thing. And she's always done that. She doesn't shy away. She does the right thing with her students, whether it's popular as well as, you know, I've certainly seen it with the grandkids and all that. So I wanted to just say that because it has been so important in my experience and helping me relax into the practices. So that's really, you know, rounding off what the Divine Feminine is. It's about showing how Ammaji is an incredible example of that, but it's also about showing that yoga itself is encompasses, you know, even in the chakra system, you can see it from that very mundane all the way to the transcendent. And that is one of the reasons I'm sure that I'm very attracted to this tradition, and it's so important to me. So that's sort of the, you know, one of the things that impressed me, you know, whilst I was going through the course. Since then, you know, as Tejaswi said, in being around, you know, we've seen so much more. I had the true privilege of day after day after day, just going up and sitting with Alma, and she would talk and talk. I mean, the stuff, you know, that she shared with me was, you know, priceless. And we're in a different space now. So I could just say, you know, a little bit about what it's been like now that Alma's a bit quieter, and I'm the one who has to do the talking. And I can maybe hope that Alma's, maybe I think Alma's agreeing with me, but maybe it's just because she doesn't say as much anymore. So that might be a hope on my part. But whether or not, you know, I'm getting things right or wrong, every once in a while she does comment, or she'll nod her head and she'll say yes. Yes. But one of the things that we've had that's been really important for both of us, I think, is just the humor. You know, I go in there, you know, trying to be amusing about the things that are going on, you know, around the ashram, but you know, she seems to really engage with that and really laugh, and I think it's important for both of us. And one of the things that, while she seems to really enjoy, is when I share sort of American colloquialism. So you know, I'll say things like, well, I'll be a monkey's uncle, you know, and you can see, you know, like the sister nurse is going, I'm not sure what that means, or, you know, no, I got that done by the skin of my teeth, or I'm trying to think something, time for me to hit the hay. And I'm doing that, you know, on purpose to bring up America, you know, because it's something that we share, and it usually makes her laugh. And, you know, maybe we're, you know, connecting to something that both of us had a long time ago, but it's also an exercise in memory and just, you know, connection. And the other thing I think that has been so super important to me lately has just been, you know, when I go, I've been in, you know, every day I bring a smoothie in the morning, and then I go and massage her legs in the night. I'm intentionally quiet at night, because I discovered that Alma likes to just close her eyes and be quiet. And whilst people might think she's sleeping, she isn't. And I think, you know, I mean, it's hard to say what all happens in that space and time, but for sure, you know, I have experienced, you know, that she can enter a place of peace and acceptance and contentment, and I can enter that space with her. And it's just a beautiful place where, you know, whatever's happening is enough. And just going to that place day after day after day after day, consistently, every 24 hours, I get to experience that. And I just want to say that has been profoundly helpful to me. And I'm grateful for every second that I've been able to have with her. And, you know, I'm trying to come back to India, I mean, but anyway, that I think, you know, were some of the highlights that I wanted to share.
You will.
Yeah, I'm working on that part. So, and may I also ask for forgiveness from Ammaji, because I am wearing a t-shirt, but I am officially in UK quarantine, and I cannot wear anything that wasn't in my suitcase, because I can't go out and get anything. So I have shorts on and I have a t-shirt on, and she'll just have to forgive me for that. But no sorry this time.
This time?
Okay, most of the time. But I still have one. I haven't, I didn't get rid of it. It's just packed.
There's just one thing that I wanted to, when Shirley was talking about the mundane and the, it was like she's got the whole spectrum of the chakras in her, like, she can be down the bottom at the Mooladhara, up to up. And when we were talking about this, it reminded me of that the cocoon which surrounds us, which we were talking about in lesson 49. And, so, yeah.
Yes, it is like, I always picture it as like an egg, but it's not just the shell. It's like, to me, the divine feminine is a quiet thing that actually is like, it's like all the tiny little channels that run through our body that we don't even know about. There's billions of them. And that's what divine feminine. It just keeps everything alive and it moves. And it's pointless to try to necessarily describe it or understand the effects of it all. It just is literally life and nurturing the things that literally keep us alive. So it's like a luminescent egg full of all sorts of just subtle activities. But yeah. So I guess both of us, the other thing is that both of us are contemplating, we're trying to do the yoga therapy course, which means that theoretically we might be both back in the ashram and around. And also I think both of us have spoken to Amma about whether she feels that's the right move for us. And I know that for me anyway, she said yes, that she wanted me to do it. Did she say that to you as well?
Yes, she did. Yeah. She was happy that I was going to be doing that. Yes.
Okay.
Though saying that, I can't imagine how it would be if I come back to the ashram and Shirley not there to keep my room clean for me.
Well, all is well. All is well. I think it will happen. It will just happen.
Yes, so soon. Yeah.
It's too soon. Yeah. Presumably the student visa thing will work out, but yeah. I told Amma that I was going to England and she said, I don't want to think about England right now. And I said, okay, let's just leave it at that.
Yeah, okay, so.
Okay, I don't know, in terms of timing, we've, it's been about 30 minutes, or is that, does Divya come in with us?
Yeah, Divya's there.
It was just, I was just letting you all just speak out because, when you all are in the flow that, you should be in the flow and there shouldn't be any cut off. And, don't feel bad or anything, like, everyone completely understands and I know that everyone is enjoying it. So unless, things get boring, then that's the part when people, hey, stop. But I'm 100% sure not anyone thought of it in that way. And thank you so much, Tejasvi and Shirley. And I was just mentioning in one of the comments that no wonder, I'm sure people would have seen from this interactive session with both of you that no wonder why we love you both so much. And the thing is that, it's not that easy to live with people, that alone when it gets into months and years. But never, 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 even in a moment, has Shirley and Tejasvi ever made us even get a thought about it. Like, they've been so nice to be with and so interactive and joining in every activity and made things much more pleasant and more comfortable. And that's the best part of it. And thanks to both of them, especially Shirley, for controlling the dogs, because it'll be like if the dog starts shouting, everyone's like, Shirley, please come here. So now I'm the one being attacked. They're like, Divya, come here. I'm like, no, don't expect I'll fill in Shirley's position, especially with the dogs. But yeah, like both of them really have been blessing for us, and both of you are welcomed for sure. I'm not giving you an option. You are coming, okay, very soon. And thank you so much for your discussion. And I'm sure that this really, you know, is the best part of Navaratri 2021, where everyone is able to contribute through every single day on your turns, and then it's building up a much more nicer bond with Ammaji through a different platform. Like, even though you all are not able to be with her in person, that we are trying to connect in many different ways. And it's nice to see how Ammaji is enabled in many different ways, because it's not always one way that she's enabled one of us. Maybe Dr. Sir wants to conclude with a few words.
Before that, can I just say thank you very much. Ammaji, love you very much. Missing you and waiting to come and be with you. And we are so comfortable at the ashram, and I keep telling everybody how fortunate I am that I have that home to run away to. Thank you very much to all of you, and yeah, thank you.
Yeah, and of course I feel absolutely the same. I'm honored and blessed that your family has been so absolutely generous and accepting of me and all my flaws and inabilities. What did you say? Quirks.
Quirks.
Well, I do have a few Western ways that are not yielding so easily, but nonetheless, it has been, as Tejaswi says, a life-changing experience. But I think just it could have been different. I suppose I wasn't absolutely stuck for 2 years, and that was also my choice, and that was what I wanted. And I'm just very blessed that things have worked out that way. At least that's how I feel about it. So I couldn't be more grateful.
It's been a wonderful evening listening to both of you, and I have loved your expressions. Because I know both of you so well, you know me so well, and we have spent so much of time together, and especially the time we have spent together with Ammaji. I think these are special moments which are, as Shirley was saying, you just go there and it's as if you're in a different loka with her, and you sort of get transported to a different place when you're sitting with her in that room. And it's quite amazing, actually, the way there's that energy about her right now, and for both of you to share this with others who are watching this and who will watch it. I think it's very important because we have heard of Ammaji from the past, we have heard of the early days, we have heard of the middle, and now people can, through both of you, also understand the present development of Ammaji, where that universal part of her is more manifest. The individuality has taken the back seat, and that universal part of her is more manifest, which is why she has that automatic clock. She's that living clock. And she's like, you are late. And we all know what that is. So I'll be down to be with her in a few moments, and Ammaji is watching it live on, I believe, either my phone or Anand Raj's computer. So I'm sure she's been enjoying it, and I'll go down and ask her a few words about it. Thank you so much, Shirley and Tejaswi, for being you, being part of my family, and all your beautiful seva for Ammaji during these times. It's much appreciated by each and every one of us. Love you both too much, and hope to see you back soon. Team 51 becoming Team 52, becoming Team 53. You
and
should
54,
come
55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60. That won't stop. You're not getting rid of us.
Absolutely. I would never dream of. So over to you, Divya, for the concluding prayer. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Sir, for the concluding note. And once again, thanking both Tejaswi and Shirley for expressing your views and your special moments, like the situation, because both of you, as Dr. Sir said, have been in the present moment with Ammaji, and it's truly appreciated that both of you were with us in the hard times. the real hardest time. Thank you so much for your valuable input and support and love, and we actually really needed it. And I'm glad that even you felt the same way. So let's finish off with the concluding prayer. All of you can join along with me. And yes, you all do know that every day we'll be continuing this until the 16th of October. So please join us every day for many more interactive discussions with different group of people, and also musical and dance sessions for the three Shakti, Icha Shakti, Kriya Shakti, and Jnana Shakti. Om Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu Sarve Janaha Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.